Good afternoon, Hollow Knight community.
Hello, I'm FF, and I'm.
I am here now.
Yeah, and now we are going to see a match of the any% latest patch tournament between Ashy and homothety.
Apologize in advance for any flubs on my part. I have never commentated any percent before. I know some things about how this works, but and apologies in advance for any flubs.
Okay, so our runners are ready. So I assume they are going to be okay. They are being counted down right now. So
Cool.
they should be starting in a moment. And here we go.
Looks like, unsurprisingly, both runners going with either Chinese or Japanese there.
It's Chinese, and that's because it's faster. I mean,
Yep.
Chinese and Japanese are pretty close in terms of speed, but Chinese is just a bit faster, and since most runners don't understand either, they just go with the fastest one.
I assume that as a general rule, if your question is, why did this runner do X? The answer is usually because it's faster.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that in
Oh no!
general... Oh no,
Quick little drop from Ashy there. That's going to be not a lot in the long run probably, but a second or two in the very beginning certainly isn't great for the mental state.
Yeah, it's probably more of an issue for the nerves than for the actual result, because I mean that's a 1 second time loss or something. So
you've got to be avoiding the hard fall as well.
Yeah, Ash instead going for, I guess, the soft fall, RNG soft fall. There is a chance, not that low, that you get a soft fall by pure RNG, and so maybe she tried that, or maybe she just missed the jump and she went as far right as she could.
Yeah, I missed if homothety did any manipulation for it. Homothety did go for the higher ledge rather than the lower ledge.
Yeah, that's the usual setup for a consistent softball. You do a small jump right before the platform breaks, and you land on the upper ledge. And if you do that, you are guaranteed a softball, because you are right at the almost at the maximum 8, but just slightly lower than the maximum 8 for a softball. So that is a consistent setup. Otherwise, you can just, or if you miss the jump, that happens sometimes. Oh no, Mothety missing the double spike.
Missed the double spike. Oh, and they're getting an unfortunate pattern on the aspect there. So just like that, they're back neck and neck, I think. That there was a 3-second late for Mothety there, but that just disappeared. So anything can happen at any percent.
Yeah, especially because there are... Well, there is at least one boss that we are not going to name right now that can just make all your time save disappear by pure RNG.
Is it one boss or is it 5 bosses?
I mean, in the whole run you have... okay, depends on what exactly you consider a boss, but there are... I think 7... all of God fights, so you might consider all of them bosses, but I would say there are 4 real boss fights, and most of them you can lose a few seconds on RNG if you play well, and then there is Umo, and you can lose like up to, even playing perfectly, I think you can lose 15 seconds or something, if they just decide to give you 2 extras, and there's nothing you can do about that. Speaking of RNG, we had slightly different RNG on False Knight. Ashy got a left jump and homothety a right jump, and the left jump is slightly faster because since the boss goes above you, you can keep up slashing it, while if the boss jumps away, you have to chase them, and so you lose I think about 2 seconds or 1 second, something like that. So very minor, but it's another RNG difference.
Looks like both runners got a decent jump into VS here.
Yeah,
We have a pretty close sync up on previews right now. Slight lead for homothety. Interesting to see the way in here. Not homothety slashing everything, but Ashy was slashing all of the background objects, and homothety was slashing none of them. So one of these clearly respects Menderbug more than the other. Double planks for homothety. That's going to help a little bit.
Yeah, now following this bench fly, and now we're getting to one of the most RNG parts. So homothety getting a first speed, and Ashy too. That's really good to see, because every speed the Baldur has a 50% chance to either speed the elder Baldur has a 50% chance to speed either a Baldur or an infection blob, and you need the Baldur to kill them, and that's completely RNG. And you can get a first speed, or you can get I think the PB is something like 19 speed, the recorded PB for Baldur speed. But I mean, in this tourney we had some pretty unfortunate Baldur RNGs, and so you love to see good RNGs.
Oh, the first Baldur again for homothety here.
And
Ashy's getting a really quick one too.
Homothety.
Was that homothety got 3 mini Baldurs? Did I count that correctly?
Yeah, but also judging on his soul, I would say that he got 3 mini Baldur, because you need 1 and you end up at 0 soul. And now homothety did the 0th fireball skip, because in latest patch we usually don't do the first fireball skip because we don't have the soul after the Baldur. But homothety had not only enough soul for that fireball skip, but he was with a cast left, so he should have gotten.
I thought he needed that fireball skip to stay caught up here. Ashy had a fairly quicker Baldur fight by the looks of it.
Yeah. Also getting
both got the clean double fireball there.
Yeah.
Homothety still has soul to spare, so
yeah,
that time might be paid off here.
We'll see. Now we're going to the second fireball skip, or third one for homothety. Getting it. Love to see.
Oh no, Ashy did not get it. Setting up again.
Okay.
You get it eventually, but that's going to be, I think, our first significant time loss in the run. We've had a couple seconds here and there, but it's going to be a little bit bigger for Ashy. That's going to be a harder mountain to climb to catch back up.
Yeah. So homothety getting the double on the Moth Knight. Oh, actually missing the setup on latest patch is a bit tighter than not a bit tighter, but is a bit weirder than 1-2-1, so it's not uncommon to mess it up a bit.
Now that they're looking pretty good on Geo here too. VFK is 65 Geo, I think.
Yeah, it is.
And they get a nice Geo spread, so yeah, that's going to bump them right over 220. It's exactly where they want to be at this point.
Yeah. Ashy, on the other hand,
Ashy needs a little more.
Yeah. She can still be fine, but she'll have to look for it in Mantis Pogo.
Doesn't get the Moss bush there. I don't remember the actual name of that enemy.
Moss Charger, I think, because Massive Moss Charger is the boss.
I guess that would make sense.
I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure either.
Actually looking to be getting, until that point, a little bit better RNG in corner.
Yeah. Homothety got a not so good RNG with Hornet jumping around the arena, and so he had to chase her, but...
So we have another sync up on screen. So Ashy gaining a little time back there with a better Hornet fight.
Yeah, but she's about 10 seconds behind. Yeah, I'm not sure if we have to thank our streamer for the sync or it's just happening. But that's awesome.
Sign of a good race.
Yeah. And now we're getting down to fungal wastes, which is I would say the first movement intensive split in the round.
Well, they're gonna go for drone first. Oh, interesting. Kind of running up against the ceiling there. Taking a hard fall at the end. Actually
Missing the
damage.
Homothety missing the slash and the static slash and dunking in the acid. A bit unfortunate, but
also a little bit ahead on soul here. Probably going to be going for, don't know what kind of Epogo they prefer. They're going to have enough soul here for a 2 fireball Epogo, it looks like.
Yeah, I think Ash is going for a 1 fireball, just looking at their soul, while Homothety, but actually you like to be, I think, 1 hit more. Okay, no, Homothety is definitely going for a 2 fireball, or maybe. Okay, no, he was just setting up a backup.
Actually missing the setup, I'm going to go for it again. It does get the 1 pogo for it. Clean attempt 2. Is Mathi going to go for... Yeah, Mathi is not going for the damage tank.
You mean the Mantis?
The early control setup.
You can't do that on latest patch. It's a 1-2-1 only thing. So on latest patch, you don't go for that because you just can't. There is an invisible wall that Mantises can cross right above Claw, so you can't do the early control.
Makes sense.
And I think Ash is still low on Geo, 1 Geo short.
Might just have to whack a Geo Rock or something on the way over to Salubra.
Yeah, she's 1 Geo short. She can get that, killing the Vengefly in the room where Homothety is right now. But that will cost her, I think, some time. I don't know how much exactly, but some time probably.
I feel like, they do kill it, but they don't. All the Geo falls very unfortunately. They're gonna have to kill one in this room, I think. They're still. They have to get the Geo somewhere. Are they gonna get it from Jennifer?
Maybe they didn't realize they're 1 Geo short. I'm not sure because of the pressure of the race. And maybe they just didn't realize that.
I mean, Jennifer's gonna be their last shot to get the Geo here, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, they do remember.
Okay.
They grab exactly the 1 Geo.
Exactly that 1 Geo.
I don't need the other 2.
Yeah.
That's good. That would have been an unfortunate time loss otherwise. I mean, I suppose not terrible. You can kill one of the Husks, I guess, down here after Gross Mother.
Yeah, but you lose some time. No, okay, you bench afterwards, so you don't have issues with the shade keep setup. because you bench and enter Salubra, so the Ask should respawn.
I don't think either player here had a particularly great Gruzzer's cleanup. Ashy getting 4 on the VS. I don't know how many homothety got.
I missed that either, so I don't know.
Nice reverse deboost there from homothety, saving a little time, and Ashy doing an inventory tank there for the second damage.
Yeah.
Once again, we've got some screen sync going on.
Very nice.
All players dying at virtually the same frame.
Also the sync in equipping Shaman. You love to see it. That was so good.
Unfortunately, at the rate that their in-game times are drifting, the more syncs we see, the worse it's going to be for Ashy, unfortunately.
Yeah, but look at this blue lake. This is so good to see.
It's nice. Looks like I think we had homothety going for even Stevens dashes. Ashy was getting the oscillating dashes for a bit.
And we have a 20-second difference according to our restreamer.
Yeah, it looks like to be about 20 seconds exactly. At 21 seconds.
Yeah. And now we are going to the Dreamblood section. That is considered by someone to be RNG.
That's a joke, right?
Yeah, that's
just checking.
That is, yeah. No, actually the platforms are entirely consistent, and
Yeah, so nobody taking a
Ash,
fall here. Is that another current patch thing?
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no.
Ash falling there. That's I think 5-6 second time loss, something like that.
Messy on the last section here too. Yeah, we have homothety getting the Dream Yell pop up at about 13:36. And yeah, Ashy's gaining a couple seconds here after that fall.
Okay, oh no, homothety missing the seer skip. That is pretty tight. And Ashy getting that? Yeah, I assume homothety is... I think homothety is a 1-2-1 runner more than a latest patch runner. And so he probably wasn't used to the tighter timing of the LP seer skip. Or maybe he just missed it because it's really tight. Also,
Actually very unhappy with the elevator getting there for some reason.
yeah. Also, I would say that both runners are on 1.5. And you could tell because of the elevator. Because on 1.4 you walk at an incredibly fast speed inside that elevator while it is moving down. While on 1.5 you go incredibly slower. And homothety going to King Station.
Probably going to grab the seal here.
Yeah, while Ashy skipping that. So I guess they're going for Rafters. So this will make the comparison a bit odd because Ashy will be ahead, most likely, but that will be fake time save because of the different routes. Actually, Rafters seal instead of King Station seal does save some time, but we won't be able to compare that until Lantern.
My understanding is that it saves a lot of time if you're able to get the right side skip up to rafters. But if you have to go all the way to the elevator, it only barely saves time.
Yeah, I think if you go to the elevator straight to the elevator, you don't even attempt any rafter skip. They should be pretty even, and right side should save like 8 seconds, if I remember correctly.
Ashy down at 1 health. Has the bench, but definitely don't. Oh no!
Oh no!
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Luckily,
Compared to other places you could die in this one, definitely one of them more forgiving. But a death is never fun except
yeah. But yeah, definitely. I would say this is the best place to die if you have.
Well, let's not die twice. Okay.
Okay. And
hopefully gonna grab some heals on the elevators up to quarters.
Yeah, either that or you can heal before the fight begins. Okay, yeah, homothety definitely on 1.5. Because you got the elevator squeeze, where you can squeeze between the elevator and the wall, and that's a 1.5 exclusive dash. Actually getting that too.
Alright, let's see Homothety's Watcher here. Oh, was that a triple? That might have been a triple there.
I'm not sure. Without the sound, it's a bit hard to tell. Because on latest patch, the fireball has a shorter range, and so the timing for the triple is a bit tighter than 1 to 1. It's definitely consistent, but it is tighter.
Decent stacking there, lots of double hits on the ES, lots of bounces, a lot less roll, and a double kill for the first pair.
Yeah.
I'll try going. I'm using the kill mouse lately.
Bounces into the wall.
Oh no! Oh no! That's gonna be really hard to come back from.
Yeah, I think that puts Ashy in a very bad position.
Yeah, I think Ashy has to pray for a really bad Umu fight at this point.
Yeah.
Which Ashy has no idea where exactly Homothety is at this point, but you gotta assume.
Yeah, after I watch that, you probably think you're behind because it is like a minute. Also, she was on the last pair, and probably she was pretty far into the last pair too, so
yeah,
she might have lost like, yeah, probably a minute and a half, maybe even more. Having a bit of the thing here, but okay, killing the first one. The first pair, sorry.
Do you run any percent?
Yeah.
I attempted any percent once, and I gave up on Watchers. I got too frustrated at that point. Would you say that Watchers is one of the biggest? Would you say Watchers is the big gatekeeper in any percent, or would you say it's more Umu or Dark Deep Nest? Like what do you think is the most difficult part of the for new?
Either for a newcomer, either Watcher or on latest patch THK. The THK fight on latest patch is not easy, but I mean when I started off, Watcher was the fight I practiced the most because I mean, for instance, Crystal Peak, that is a movement-heavy section. You can take your time loss there, and you can complete the run. Maybe you lose, I don't know, 20 seconds on Crystal Peak, but you can complete the run just taking it slow. On Watcher Knight, you can't take it slow. Either you kill them or you die, and it took a lot of time to learn the fight. So yeah, that's either that or also Umu. Umu is very bad if you want to do it fast, but if you take it slow, it's definitely easier than Watcher Knight and THK.
Chad also reminding me here that there is no Dark Nest in this 80% round because the runners do in fact get Lantern.
Yeah, there is Darkness in Isma's route, I guess, but I don't think anyone is running it. I mean, no one is running it in the tournament, and there are like 2 people who run Isma's route like at all in the world, at least to my knowledge.
My understanding though is that as a sum of best, the Isma's route is shorter than the current any percent route.
Yeah, Isma's is definitely faster as a route, but it's so much harder because the Isma skip are insanely difficult. So
well, they'll be picking up Lantern here and already has 250 Geo.
yeah, that is way more than enough for a devout skip. He has the infected Vanflies more or less behaved.
Only slightly uncooperative as they normally are.
Yeah. Oh, actually going for right side rafters.
And doesn't quite get it.
Oh no.
Doesn't quite get that one either.
Left side backup. So she'll have to do the elevator pogo. Okay, homothety not going for Pogax. I respect that decision.
Pogax is only faster if you get it, like, what, first or second animation?
I think, yeah, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. And on latest patch, it's also way harder. I think there is a consistent reaction-based strategy for Pogax. Or maybe it's just RNG, I'm not sure. I don't do Pogax because it's way too hard or too little a time save. So I don't do that. I mean, I'm not a top runner, so I don't need the very tiny time save. Other than that, the commodity getting a quite clean Crystal Peak.
Nice fireball installed there.
Ooh, getting a bit early.
Are they gonna get the underplat?
Oh, commodity is barely getting the cycle. He was very close to those lasers, but no Schlebby cycle today for Homothety. And he's getting the crystal dash. And now homothety is going to the funniest part of the run.
So Ashy there get the fireball stag strat. I don't remember if homothety went for that.
I don't think he does the fireball, but I'm not entirely sure. So, actually entering Crystal Peak, almost entering Crystal Peak. Right as homothety enters Archives,
Actually
more or
getting
less.
a little bit more cooperation from the Vengeflies there.
Yeah, I think that one is the single most hated room in the route, judging from the participants' appreciation. And so you really love to see cooperating Vengeflies. So, Ashen going for Pogax and
First
getting
try,
it first try.
Pogax.
Very Pog.
Are they gonna also go for God Pencil? Does that exist on 1.5? They're not gonna get it.
Yeah. Homothety is setting up the Umu 2 cycle. Go. No, okay. No. He missed
dropped a little bit.
Yeah. So this won't be a 2 cycle. Oh no.
Very much not gonna be a 2 cycle.
Yeah. Also missing the Dream Nail. It's really bad. I'm not sure if it's still possible. I think he can still get a 3 cycle. But we'll see.
After the Watcher's death, 3 cycle will still be fine here. We really need to get a 4 cycle to bring Ashy within a minute, I think.
Also, Ashy getting the good cycle. Ooh, barely getting the 3 cycle on Homothety's side.
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna see Umo death here at about 26:52. See when Ashy gets there. Ashy leaving C peaks now.
Yeah.
Homothety not going for the Quirrell setup. Losing a few frames there. And we have an update from our restreamer. Yeah, Homothety is about 3 minutes ahead at Crystal Heart. Probably lose a good 30 seconds or so if Ashy gets the 2 cycle. But that's still a lot of ground to make up.
I'm not sure how many extras Homothety got, but a 2 cycle should save 20 seconds. And also we have the extras difference that are, I think, I heard 10 seconds per extra, maybe a little less.
Actually, with an almost perfect drop through Fog Canyon East there.
Also, while Ash is going to Umu, Homothety is getting out of Archives, and we'll see if he does, as I think he does, QGA or Deep Nest route. Oh yeah, Homothety is on 1.5, so he can do Spore Shroom. So I assume he's going for QGA. Going for QGA and Ashy setting up the
second try on the setup there. Actually, definitely looking like they're having a better. Looks like it's on track.
Yeah, that should be good for cycle.
3 clean dream hits there. Very nice setup.
Yeah. Getting an extra. That's not what you want to see, but it's still recoverable. Room is in a good position. Okay, looking good. No. That might be one fireball away.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah, one fireball away. Oh no, dunking in the acid below Umo. That's very unfortunate.
Oh no.
Okay, getting through. On Homothety's side, we have the deepest, the last 2 deepest rooms before the lovely place called Beast Den.
Or as some might note it as a deep nest spider den.
Yeah. And also I would say one of the most beloved place for any percent runner. So I don't think Homothety is going to quit out because it's full soul and 4 health, so it is faster to heal once than to quit out. So I don't think we're seeing quit out. And also looking at his geo, I think he's going for devout skip, but we'll see in a moment. Yeah, not quitting out. Not going for the devout skip. But getting the RNG devout skip. But I am a bit surprised that he didn't go for the setup. But anyway. 3 out is pretty comfortable. Especially after you get past the wombo combo spider. I don't know the name, but the one that just hit you into into the spikes, so you get double damage.
Homothety did save the grub there.
You love to see it.
He's gonna have just enough geo after that devout to get the stag.
Well, he's a comfortably 8 geo above the required 250, so no issues from Homothety's side, and Ashy has enough geo as well. Very good, very clean Petra arena for Ashy.
I think we saw something pretty similar from Homothety there as well. Does not get the Petra kill there.
I mean, if she's out of the way, you don't really care about killing.
Well,
killing
I'm
her.
saying, like, Ashy got the up slash, but the Petra didn't die. It's not something I normally see happening.
Okay, so Homothety, let's see if Homothety does. Ooh, oh no! Getting hit by that Petra. Okay, Homothety not doing Fireball or the C-Dash setup for Distant Village. Actually getting a couple hits there. Being on 2 health is fine. Oh no, yeah, because both runners are on 1.5, I forgot, so they can't do the Vault skip. That's why homothety didn't go for the Vault skip. I completely forgot about that, yeah. And so this puts Ashy in a pretty bad spot, because if she does quit out, she has no soul for the devout quick kill. But being at 2 health at Beastden is very scary. Okay. And also we have homothety going in the final boss fight.
So they've got almost exactly 2 minutes to kill THK here for a sub 36, which will be a significantly new PB for Homothety if they pull it off.
Yeah. Okay, getting... Oh.
A lot of parries here, unfortunately.
Yeah. And also that dash was a bit too far. Oh. But at 2 minutes, THK kill is not impossible to see. On the other hand, it's hard, but it's not impossible. And homothety is going in the self-stab phase. Okay,
getting a fireball on the slam attack.
Yeah. Ooh, Ashy on 1 HP. She won't be able to do the quick kill. Oh, a fountain attack. You love to see it. And THK should be screaming. Oh, nice scream skip. And nice kill. GG for homothety. This should be a 4x. Yeah, that should be something like a 4x, I think. Meanwhile, Ashy is absorbing Era, the last dreamer.
A little funny that, again, both runners are absorbing something at the same time, but fortunately not the same.
Yeah. And 35, so 45, almost 45 second PB by homothety.
I think that's 46 second PB. Their previous was 36-31.
Yeah, that's 36. Yeah, 46 second PB. I can speak. So GG's to homothety.
Yeah, I think homothety's only major time loss here was 3 cycle Umu. I guess like a couple of minor flubs and crossroads early on. After the Watcher's death, I definitely was not paying as much attention to the minor details.
Yeah. Yeah, but definitely a solid run, and it paid off.
Very much so. With Ashy here going to be entering, probably starting the fight in about 40 seconds or so. So we should see, what do you think here, like a 39?
Yeah. 39, high 39, I would say. Depending on how... Ooh, going for the rocket knife. You love to see it.
Face planting full force into that. I've never seen that animation glitch before. I've seen the one that always shows
the cyclone one.
Yeah, the cyclone slash.
Yeah.
That
in any percent we can't do the cyclone one because we don't have cyclone, and so we have to do the rocket knight or Superman knight or It has many names.
Does that loses time, right? To go all the way to the
Yeah.
right side of the screen? Okay.
Yeah, it does, but I mean, if you know you've lost the race already, you don't have any chance for PB, you do it for the swag. Nice double there.
Rando when you've lost. Some players will go do something very evil to take out their frustrations.
So that hit by the pillars was unfortunate, especially because on latest patch the pillars deals 2 damage instead of 1.
Did they ever deal 1 damage?
On 1-1 they deal 1 damage. So not only the fight, the THK themselves is slower in general, but also the pillars deal only 1 damage. And while I can see why Team Cherry decided to speed up the fight a little from one in latest patches, I have absolutely no idea why they decided to increase the damage of the pillars. I have absolutely no idea. Ashy.
Fighting on 1 HP here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And GG. So yeah, this should be a 39 5x. Yeah, so. No, maybe 48. 47. Okay. And GG to both runners. And I don't know if we're getting them in BC for the interview. Guess we'll find out soon.
I'm done to join if they want.
Yeah, of course it's completely optional. So we'll see in a moment if they want to.
Oh, there's homothety.
There's homothety.
GG.
GG.
Hello.
Congrats. That was a significant improvement on your PB.
Yeah. And of course, my PB was last race, so feels like a nice bit of progress.
Yeah.
This time I didn't heal 8 times on the way to Herat. So
Oh.
I think that was the big improvement.
You were,
Okay.
I don't remember seeing any huge time losses on your end other than the Umu 3 cycle. That was a bit unfortunate.
Right. Well, I haven't really learned 2 cycle. I've only pulled off the first cycle correctly like once or twice. So, sort of my philosophy for the tournament was that I can usually consistently 3 cycle no matter what garbage I put out. So, yeah, focus on making everything else as consistent as possible. But yeah, I didn't have many big time losses. I think, other than basically just little stuff. The Crystal Heart wasn't great. The Acid Dunk and Mantis Claw, but nothing big.
The first few minutes were very exciting. We actually had at multiple points. You were frame for frame synced with Ashy on. I think you were synced on picking up Mothwing Cloak.
You were a shaman, equipping shaman at the bench. It was amazing. You were perfectly synced, and also
you also
in Blue
both died
Lake.
at the same time for the Blue Lake ship.
Wow.
Yeah.
But your clock, your PC is slightly slower, so you still had 10-second lead, 20-second lead at those sync points. And then Ashy, unfortunately, took a late death to Watcher Knights, and at that point, there was no real coming back.
Yeah, that's really rough, and of course, probably the hardest part, aside from maybe Hollow Knight. But yeah, I was very excited by my damageless Watchers fight this time around. I think I might have taken it slower near the end just so I could have that. But
Your Watchers was very clean. When you were going into Green Path, I think you got 3 mini boulders in a row. Has that ever happened to you before?
I was quite surprised. Of course, I was hitting myself in the head as I went through the transition with 8 soul, but of course then I got too many boulders, so I got hit by one of them because I couldn't juggle them well enough.
You put that soul to good effect with the extra fireball skip there to get into Green Path a little faster.
Yeah, and that's sort of like one of the things I think you're supposed to sort of hope for is that you get that instant Baldur spit. But then I got another instant Baldur spit, and there's just nothing to do with the third Baldur. But yeah, that was funny.
That made the soul collection in the next room slightly more lenient.
It did. It let me go a little bit faster there.
Ashy did have a somewhat better Hornet fight. They caught up a little bit at that point.
Yeah, I actually probably ought to practice Hornet. I'm not very good at dealing with 6-hit stun cycle. I think doubles are very bad on
I think you also got
for that.
I think you also got worse RNG than Ashy because Hornet decided to jump around across the arena multiple times.
Yeah, definitely she was not happy staying in the corner.
Yeah.
Whether I would have kept her there or not.
Yeah, and so there's not much you can do about that.
I assume at this point that Ashy is sitting this one out, which is completely understandable, of course.
That's understandable. It's really rough when you have a death like that to Watchers. Plans on learning not boomer strats. I mean, there are definitely places in the run that I want to improve. I might consider, if I make it to bracket, I might consider doing rafters, left side rafters.
No fireball?
No, I'm morally opposed to fireball. Although I ended up doing it in my elimination match last time, in the 1-2-2-1 tournament. So I may bring it out then this time around.
Okay.
But yeah, so I could see doing left side rafters. I probably still won't learn Umutu cycle.
Yeah, 1-2-1.
I don't know what other notable boomer strats I have, but odds are good they'll stick around.
You didn't go for Pogax. Ashy got first try Pogax.
Yeah, I understand the differences between it and the 1-2-2-1 Pogax, but I'm still not comfortable with it, and I feel like it's way harder to recover Pogax on this patch than on 1-2-2-1.
Yeah, it is.
I've ended up just going for the double fireball / damage boost. The intended path.
So you've got what, one more round robin to do?
Yeah, I believe tentatively we're gonna put it on the 22nd, so right at the end.
Yeah, isn't the 20? No, the 23rd is the deadline. I think it's the last day of the pool. Okay.
Yep. So just in time.
Yeah. So I don't see any other question in the chat. Do you have any other question, Purnail?
I don't think so. It was
So
certainly fun to actually commentate one of these. I have a lot of thanks to Tremin. We were chatting the other day, and he told me a lot of little interesting tidbits about any percent. definitely helped.
Yeah, thanks both of you for jumping in and doing commentary.
Thank you for the race, and again, GG.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
All
Yeah.
right.
And I think we're going to raid someone. I don't know if, well, we do have a mod around, so I don't know if we are going to raid someone, or, well, specifically who. So goodbye everyone.
Bye.